The positive and negative sides of stereotypes. Stereotypes are useful for the human brain because they operate as a they operate as a heuristic or a cognitive mechanism to quickly gather, process, synthesize information. As social animals, we seek to gather information about those around us. However, there is too much information to process in its entirety. Therefore, we have heuristics to make heuristics to make the process more efficient. In applying a stereotype, one is able to quickly know something about an individual. For example, if the only thing you know about girls is that about S girls. What S girls? Why did I type that? Girls is that she belongs to a band. You are able to guess that she loves music. People use stereotypes as shortcuts to make sense of the social context. This makes the task of understanding one's world less cognitively demanding. Other positive sides of stereotypes are people rely on stereotypes every day to help them function in society, so allow people to quickly process the new information about an event or person, to organize people's past experience, to meaningfully assess differences between individuals and groups. Given the social and cognitive necessities of heuristics, the problem with stereotyping is not the existence of the cognitive function. The problem lies in the assumption that all people of a group with which they might not even identify are the same. For example, it is common stereotype that people who wear glasses are smart. Certainly, there are some glasses wearing intelligent people, but it is poor logic to think that everyone who sports glasses is intelligent. Stereotyping can lead to prejudice or negative perceived judgments about a group of people. The application of prejudice to a given individual can cause personal and social damage. Other negative sides of stereotypes are oversimplified generalization, breeding ground for of errant generalization. I think I typed that wrong. Serve as a major source of disinformation about others, may easily conceal or feed prejudice, racism, sexism, and other forms of bigotry, bigots. Dealing with stereotypes. The key to reversing negative stereotypes is to contradict them in direct interactions between people, in the media, and through education. Between individuals, once people get to know a person from the other side, they often will determine that the other is not nearly as bad as they originally had assumed. More often, however, people really are much more reasonable than their stereotypes would suggest. In that case, getting to know people personally helps to break down negative images. This is especially true when people determine that they actually have things in common with people from the other side. Such things can range from enjoying the same music, hobbies, or sports, to having the same worries about children or aging parents. Even when people learn that they share fear or sadness, they can begin to understand each other more. Shared emotions make people seem human, while stereotypes typically dehumanize people. Likewise, shared emotions make empathy possible, which opens the door to new forms of interactions and trust building, at least among the individuals involved. Reflect back home. In the media also plays an important role in both perpetuating and in breaking down stereotypes. If they characterize particular groups of people in certain ways, their viewers or readers are likely to do the same. So if a movie or the motion picture industry in general character, characterize a group of people negatively, they are likely to perpetuate negative stereotypes, making conflict worse. If they emphasize the positive aspects of groups that contradict prevalent stereotypes, they can have significant role in building mutual understanding. In education, educational institutions and teaching materials also have the opportunity to affect stereotypes and hence influence intergroup relations. Efforts to teach about different cultures and the history of different racial or ethnic groups can help build intergroup understanding if it is done in an effective and sympathetic way. Educational system, or teachers, schools, and textbooks needs needs to also try to paint a fair and accurate picture of the conflict and the different people involved. Being aware that different sides of a conflict will view what is happening very differently. Through stories, discussions, and exercises, teachers can help students of all ages and levels understand the complexity of the conflicts that surround them and develop age and situation appropriate responses to the current conflicts in their home, communities, and nations. To the extent that classrooms contain students from both sides of the conflict, teachers can help students learn to understand and appreciate each other better while protecting the safety, physical and emotional, of those on both sides. If the classroom only contains one group, reaching such intergroup understanding is harder, but still worth the effort through books and articles, discussions, TVs and movies, and an available online exercise. In addition, we can deal with stereotypes by presenting more balanced pictures of minority life in media, by reporting forms of human rights abuses, by portraying all groups fairly, keep on talking and communicating fairly with each other, otherwise the problem are going to get much worse. And that's it. I think I need to fix my last one. Keep on talking and communicating fairly with each other, otherwise these problems are going to get much worse. I think that's it.